Okay, so, hi. I'm re-angling my little iPad, and we're going to see how this goes. Like art, these videos are always evolving and changing, hopefully. But I really wanted you to see really how simple the shapes are and how we could do this easily. And so maybe I found it. Maybe I found the correct angle for you. Anyway, we'll find out in the end. We're going to continue. Sorry, the last video, by the way, just shut off, and I didn't realize it for a few minutes. But we're going to continue, and we're going to finish up this particular project, drawing Jack, Jimmy, and Max. And we were on Max when the video cut out. I had drawn Max's head a little too far over, or his head and neck, so we were readjusting the tortoise shell. And as you can see, hopefully see, this was the original line right here. We moved it over probably about 1/4 of an inch. We moved the outer shell in over about moved the outer lines for the shell over about 1/4 of an inch. And now then we moved, when the video, I think after the video shut off, we moved this over about 1/4 of an inch. And so we're just going to keep realigning things so that he feels natural. So let's see if I can do this. Let's see. I'm just going to move his leg line over a little bit. Move his outer leg out just a little bit. Okay. And he doesn't have toes like Jimmy. He's a turtle. They actually do have toes. They have claws, but for Max, we're just keeping it simple. So let's draw the bottom of his shell, which is kind of like underpants. Okay, just 2 lots. Then we're going to draw his, God, I can't figure this out. Anyway, we're going to draw his leg. Boink, going in for the knee just a little bit, and then out again. Boink. Out for the knee just a little bit, and down again. Kneecap, kneecap. Okay, let me see. Making his leg, going down a little bit, down just a tad, in, and then out again for his foot. Whoops. Okay, and kneecap. Okay. We're going to draw his hands, which are basically just going to be, they're like ovals, but without an end for this particular project. Just like that, on the ends of his arms. Now we are going to take care of Jimmy's other eye. I thought about just leaving it off, just leaving it blank. But then I went back and looked and thought, no, we can do this. We got this. So we're going to take our skinny Sharpie. Okay, and that's how I'm going to indicate it. But if you're trying to figure out where to draw it, there's the line. There's the lines that will tell you where his second eye should go. Just above the nose. Not too high above, but just above the nose. His eyebrow, it's a little line, and then 2 lines coming down. That's how I draw it. Let's take care of the eyes. And the eyes are just, let's see if you can see this. Just lines. Same with Jimmy, just lines. Darken that up a little bit. And Jack. Just lines. Now let's get, ooh, wrong one, the fat marker, and we'll draw the center of Max's tortoise shell, and again, it's just dashes. It's not one solid line. Okay? Let's erase some of this stuff. We're now making the camera bounce, I know that much. Making the easel that's holding the camera bounce. Because I got a big professional thing going on here. It's too funny. I'm not doing any shading. I'm not doing indications of shade. I'm just going to leave it as is so you can use it as a coloring project if you like. Okay, I'm going to stop making the camera bounce now. All right, let's cut our guys out. And again, not right on the black line, near it, but not on top of it. We don't want to make ourselves anxious or upset about getting too close to the lines. Just want to make this easy. So this was kind of cool, seeing how similar they are. They have the same shapes, the same makeup, but they're not exactly the same. And again, that's what I love about these characters. They're all different. They're like people. They all have compassion, living in this community. They have compassion for one another. Compassion, caring, kindness, generosity. They try to have patience. Sometimes they don't. They do their best. They do their best to be friends. Good friends and good community members. That's what makes Jimmy's Town a Scooter Town special. And I think we nailed Jimmy this time, as opposed to the Mother's Day project where he came out kind of weird. Whoops, I cut right on the line. Whoops, it's okay. We may give Jimmy lines for the inside of his arm, but I'm not sure. We'll think about it for a minute. on Max now. And then we can move on to making them stand up. Oop, sorry, Max. Okay, I think we're just going to leave their arms as is. But look at that. All the same shapes, all the same, it's circles and rectangles and ovals and straight lines. It was the exact same shapes, the exact same makeup for each character, and yet they came out completely different. Now we're going to try and make them stand up. Let's see how that goes. Going to make our paper rolls. And I hope you're taking these and making scenes with them. Having something different and fun to play with. Oh, I forgot this is purple glue. Ugh. That's why I put it away in the drawer. I forgot. I ran out of regular glue today, or last night. Let's see. Oh, we don't want it that tall. It's going to be fatter than his neck. I want to make sure that it's got a kind of a little bit of a fat bottom so that they stand up well, like I did to poor Joel yesterday, which I think we might fix, or I might fix. Oops. Let's make sure Max can stand up. Max, let's go. Hard to see with the iPad at that angle, so I'll have to take a picture. There's Max standing up. Yay! Let's fix Joel while he's here. Give him a little bit thicker base. Poor Joel. Poor Max. It's not. paper at the top. There, that's better. Now we've got Joel standing up. So we've got Max. Whoop. So we've got Max, Joel. Oh boy. Okay. Now we're going to make these guys stand up. We're going to have Jimmy and Jack standing up. Let's get Jimmy. And as you can see, we're still using scrap paper. Not using fancy paper. We're using what we have. Some of us are still in lockdown with COVID. Some of us can't get to an art supply store, so we just keep using what we have. And some of us, like me, are too cheap to go out and buy new paper. But I always think it's better to use what you have instead of buying new things all the time. There goes Jimmy. There, Jimmy's standing up perfectly. Standing up perfectly. Now let's get Jack to stand up. Let's see, I think I need a taller piece of scrap paper for it. It's really tall. Make another paper roll, or scrap paper. Let's make sure that bottom is nice and fat this time, or kind of wide, instead of the skinny ones I had you making, which didn't work out well, and I apologize. Fat, but not too fat. Don't want to see it sticking out on either side of his feet. You don't want it sticking out that way. Too much. That'll work. Tall, so we'll cut the top off and then glue him on. And glue him on. So glad you guys are patient with me while I figure things out. This is just an adventure. This is learning for me, learning for all of us. Okay, we got Jack. We got Jack. We got Jimmy. Jimmy. Oh my goodness. Joel. Oh, no. Okay, let's keep in mind my desk is at an angle. Okay, let's try again. Jimmy. Max. Joel. Joel. Bugsy. Okay, oh no! Oh, sorry. The only character, oh my gosh, I know how to remedy this. Wait a minute. Let me do this really quick. The only character we don't have, well, the only characters are, we don't have Scooter, we don't have Honey Bear, and we don't have Dixie, not yet anyway. Another Dixie, because we've drawn him before, but not for this, not for this particular project. Okay. All right, you guys, behave. No, no! Behave. Okay. Ooh. Yep, this is all about learning and trying. It's not about perfection. At least that's what I tell myself. Okay, there we go. Now we've got everybody standing up. Where's... Well, you can't even see it at this angle. But we've got everybody standing up. So we've got part of it. We've got part of a scene. And this is what we wanted, and this is something we're just going to continue to build on. All right, good job. We did it. Woo! We did it. We made everybody with the same basic shapes, the same basic idea, but without them being identical. They're all different. They all have their own personalities. And in the stories that I write, some of them are very strong, some are a little bit easier going. And what I'd really like to encourage is for people that are drawing along with this, whether you're a grown-up or a child, that you write your own story. You make up your own story. You don't have to listen to mine. You can decide that, what they're doing, what adventures they're going on, or the conversations they're having. You know, it's really limitless. It's up to you. Anyway, ciao. Sorry, I'm not used to this angle. Anyway, we did it. Good job, everybody. Good job. See you next time.